Hi everyone, my name is Eva. I'm a holistic health consultant, and today I wanted to share with you 8 tips to feed your subconscious. The first one I wanted to start with are words of affirmation, and I wanted to share a couple of people who I really admire. First person is Olivia Culpo, who was on the Jay Shetty show, and I really loved the interview because she spoke about how she uses transcendental meditation, and one of the things that she says to herself is, "I am safe and secure within myself and my surroundings." And so she keeps saying that to herself in whatever situation or environment she's in. She's able to relax and really be herself in different situations. So I really enjoyed listening to her interview, because she also shared that, she prays to God so that she can get in a spiritual and comfortable mode whenever she's being interviewed or she's on stage. She is a former Miss Universe won a pageant a while back. Not certain about the year. And the second person I wanted to share with you, her name is Roxy Nafosi. She is an author of a book called Manifest. The book is called Manifest: 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life. And in the book, she shares different affirmations that you can go through to help yourself through the day, and she goes over different tips to improve your life. And I really love her energy. She was also on the Jay Shetty show, and I really enjoyed her interview. She's also British, and I think her background is British and Iraq. She's also from Iraq. But I really love her, how she's so determined to do well in life. She's never given up on herself, and I think it helped when she got pregnant and knew she needed to turn her life around. So I would go and watch those interviews, and I'll also share them in the description box below. Second tip I wanted to share to feed your subconscious on a regular basis is a book by Joseph Murphy, and the book is called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And I think it's an important book to read to help heal yourself, because he does explain that it's important to pray and to let go of bad habits by praying and letting yourself know that it's okay to let go of bad habits. So I really would recommend that book. It's also recommended by another YouTuber that I follow. Her name is Karen Napoli, and this is one of the books that she recommends as well. She is a fashion model and an owner of her own clothing company in France. She is French and Brazilian. Third tip to feed your subconscious is to learn a language. I think it's important that everybody be able to learn different languages to understand different perspectives from different parts of the world. And you can very easily do that while you sleep. There is a YouTube video that I can recommend and leave in the description box below as well to help you learn Danish if you wanted to while you sleep. And so what's interesting about learning different languages is that, for example, if you try to learn an Asian language, they very much talk about their future. And I know I learned this after watching a TED Talk, and they explained in the manner of how the language is structured and how they go about speaking in that Asian language. And as we all know, I admire this culture, Asian culture, because they're very good at saving money for themselves in the future. And what I noticed during the pandemic is that in the neighborhood where I live, there was a Asian restaurant that survived the pandemic, and there was another restaurant right next to it that didn't make it, and it was of a different culture. I won't say what it was, but I know for a fact that this is a very interesting language to learn if you have an opportunity. I feel like the way that it's written is very beautiful and it's intriguing, and so that's another language to learn. Or another language to learn would be German. And so when you get inside the minds of a German mind, they're very analytical and very matter of fact, and they don't let anything get in the way of thinking, having second thoughts of anything. And so that's another admirable language to learn. And then Spanish. Spanish is a very good language to learn because, it's used all across Central and South America and in Europe, and it's helpful to have this Romance language. It makes it a lot easier to learn the other Romance languages. What else did I want to share? So number 4 on tips to feed your subconscious on a regular basis. I would say how to parent yourself, I think, is important. And you can do that by following or listening to Dr. Nicole LePera. You can find her on Instagram, but I'll also link her information in the description box below so that you're able to easily find her. And she is a holistic psychologist, and she just came out with a book called the Shadow Work Journal, and it's a workbook. And I think that's healthy to have workbooks and to be able to have handwritten journals with you at all times. It helps you connect, I think, to your mind as opposed to typing away on a laptop. I think using your hand to write, you could practice your handwritten notes, and it provides time to really reflect if that's really what you want to jot down on paper as well. So I would recommend her as far as listening to yourself and following your gut feeling and intuition. She provides a safe place where you can learn a lot about yourself by going to her Instagram page. And also, I think she's written another book for sure. And I'll link that below so that you have that available. But that's what I would do to help yourself and feed your subconscious in a positive way. Number 5, look for mentors or anybody you would like to be like. Look for role models, I would say. I love Dutsen Kors. She's one of my favorite people that is on Instagram again. She is a Dutch fashion model, but she's also a very well-rounded, and she's a gentle person, and I really admire that about her. She expresses herself in a gentle way, and she loves being outdoors. She's very much about nature and gardening and being with her family. And she's also part of an organization called, what is it called? It is called Not On My Planet, and I'll link that in the description box below so that you can visit the nonprofit organization. And it really has to do with saving elephants and making a donation to help save them. And I think that's really important, to do something that's beneficial to the world for our future. There's nothing more important to give back and to live in a world where you're helping to survive naturally. Number 6 is apply to universities or colleges that you feel would help you give structure. I think it's important to make yourself feel a little bit uncomfortable by, if you feel lost and you don't know what path to go. I think it's important to try to choose a major where you feel you could be successful in, and then you want to commit. And what's great about universities and colleges is that it gives you structure, and you need to commit because there's consequences if you don't. Or you could also start your own business. But I would recommend to find a university. It doesn't have to be the most expensive. There are professors there that can help you and guide you and give you ideas on starting your own business if that's what you want to do, or giving you guidance in the field that you want to be an expert in. But I think it's important to be an expert because it's a lot better than than choosing different types of fields and then never really choosing one. Number 7 is pay attention to who you surround yourself with and what you're listening to. I recommend listening to Hauser. He's a Croatian cellist that I listen to while I study. I'm currently getting my master's in communications, and so I've used him heavily to get me through all of my reading, just to zone in on doing the deep work. Also, with paying attention who you surround yourself with, I think it's important to try to connect with people through LinkedIn or Instagram or other social media platforms where you feel a connection to someone that you feel that could give you some guidance, I think it's important to be ambitious and always try to connect with someone that you feel you would want to be like someday. Number 8 is learn something in kinesthetics. I feel that we are still living in a society where it's very sedentary, and I think it would be beneficial for everyone to always be physical on a daily basis, whether it's walking or preferably swimming. You could do running. It's probably best to do yoga or Pilates. When you're swimming, you're releasing calcium from your bones into your body, and there's something about your body and swimming through water. We're mostly made up of water, and I think that is the most natural thing to do with our body, and the movements as well are more in flow. There's a lot less pounding to the knees, because when you're running, your knees could go when you get older, but with swimming, there's always a great benefit, and there is, I believe, scientific evidence that it is beneficial for longevity. So I would definitely take up swimming at any age if you can. Look for classes at the YMCA or the local gym that is near you. Dance is also really important skill to learn for your brain and subconsciously as well. If you are a boxer, you are naturally a dancer. What's interesting is that you have to be quick on your feet and try to guess where the other person is going when you're dancing with somebody else. So if you're a boxer, you are naturally a dancer because you're able to, move your hips quickly, move your upper torso quickly, and your feet, as well as using your intuition to see where your partner might be dancing to, or what the next step is. And I think it's always a fun thing to do to help you with your brain as you get older. You always want to be able to have that skill. Different types of dances that you may want to learn are, samba or capoeira is another dance. Both are Brazilian. Any of the Latin dances are a lot of fun to dance or learn to dance. And I think that's it. That's all I wanted to share for now. I may redo this video. We will see. But I wanted to share this as quickly as possible. I haven't been able to post anything for the last couple of months. I was in midterms in March, so I wasn't able to be as creative as I wanted to. And I also came down with a really bad cold, and I'm still getting over it. And so it's been difficult, but I am trying to push through, and I wanted to share these 8 tips on how to feed your subconscious.